Okay, so you went in the Army at some point in your life. How old were you when you went into the Army?
Well, there again, when I was like in 11th grade, the guys I hung out with, we didn't join the ROTC.
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden, they loved the uniform, the California National Guards wearing, I forgot what they used when they bloused their boots. In other words, they had these shiny black boots, or brown boots at the time.
Yeah.
And they put the pants in it, they call them blousing.
Mm-hmm.
And, everybody looked sharp. So let's join the National Guard. That was the hoorah for the day, So I joined, me and the Rabbit and about 4 other guys.
You guys joined the National Guard.
We joined the California National Guard. And when I got out of high school, I was still in the National Guard.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow, because they changed the location, which I never got aware of it until I had to go, the guys that got in there with me didn't go. They didn't have to go. Something happened, the paperwork was disrupted or whatever.
Yeah.
But I ended up going. And it was up there in Playa del Rey, which was from East LA. It was a good hour's drive, because at the time there was no freeways that way. Maybe a little more than an hour. And we used to have once a month we'd have our meetings. We'd have our meetings on a Sunday. Be there at 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
7 to 4, I think it was. National Guard meeting. This was a Nike Warhead type, Nike Ajax. It was a 4-booster rocket,
Mm-hmm.
We fire at planes or whatever, the bad guys are coming. In fact, I was there when Khrushchev was coming in, and I remember the guys on the radar, they couldn't get through to monitor the plane come down the landing because there was a lot of grass. Grass means when they throw like a lot of like aluminum foil in the air.
Aluminum.
Yeah. So what it does, it distracts the radar from locking in on anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Khrushchev came down to Los Angeles. That was then. But anyway, you asked me about the service.
Yeah. What year was that you joined the National Guard?
I want to say 56, 55, 56.
55, 56. And then at some point, did you go into regular Army?
Well, let me tell you what happened. So I'm at the National Guard meeting on this Sunday morning. I mean, I did do a lot of drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on a Saturday night.
Sure.
And you have to be at National Guard meeting on a Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
That's not too cool, Especially if you're a youngster and don't give a darn,
Yeah.
I mean, I've been there without sleep. Go to my meetings without sleep.
Yeah.
I've been there where I would fall asleep during the meeting. I remember one time waking up with my cigarette made a hole in my fatigues. I mean, that's how bad it was. See this little nodule here? I have a little nodule here.
Mm-hmm.
The stupid missile was coming up like this from the silos, and I'm out there standing asleep on my feet, and it cut me. And it sent me to the emergency and all that shit. But anyway, being in the National Guard, what happened to me is we had this fat-ass captain that was in charge of us.
Yeah.
I had a hangover. I didn't want to be bothered. So we're having a rally where everybody would come down and get in ranks and listen to what I have to say. That's the captain, right? So everybody's running and attention and running over there and trying to form and all that. And I'm coming slopping over there because I'm hangovered and didn't give a F, I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm standing. No, I'm getting there, and then the captain says, "Monroy, hurry up!" And I go, "Fuck you."
Uh-huh.
I just told him like that, don't get in my case now, man. And then, when I say jump, I want to see you jump. He's coming out in front of all these guys, a whole crew there, out there like, "Oh, fuck you, you fat ass son of a bitch." Everybody's turning around, what are you saying?
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck, because I had a hangover, man, don't bother me.
Yeah.
So I got in my car and took off.
Mm-hmm.
And about maybe 4 hours later, the cops come to my house and arrest me. And they threw me in jail. Oh, my dad's out there. We'll get you out. No, don't. I'm going to see what they do. You know what they did? They drafted my ass. They threw me back in the Army. I served 2 years because I did that.
Because you talked back.
Yeah, because I talked back there, and it was what it was. I broke my contract with the National Guard.
So they forced you to work to be in the Army for 2 years.
Yeah.
That.
So
was that during the Korean War?
that was. Let me think. Let's see. Vietnam started what, 60 something. Vietnam was. Let's see. Wait a minute. This happened in 57, 58.
Okay.
No, wait a minute. No, I take it back because I already bought my new car. I bought a new Impala in 58, brand new, right out of the showroom. So this happened around 59 for me. 59, and then around 61, let's see, 59, 60. Yeah, and then around mid-60, Vietnam started. Was it? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Because I've been in the Army. Well, that's when they drafted me, yeah. That's when I met Mom.
Yeah.
So what I ended up going to Fort Ord, and then they knew I had prior learning about rockets and missiles and stuff, so they sent me to what they call the Honest John rocket, which is a nuclear warhead.
Mm-hmm.
I was all right. You know, the Army's okay if you don't have nothing upstairs. I mean, what happens is everybody's led around by their noses. And at the time I was in, it was pretty cool. I mean, it was somewhere else. I wasn't, I wasn't in Europe or anywhere else.
Was there talk about maybe sending you someplace? Were people worried about we're going to get sent here or get sent there? Or?
Well, we're constantly worried. Okay, this is what happened. When I was in the Army, the Berlin Wall happened.
They put up the Berlin Wall.
Yeah, well, there 3 things happened while I served 2 years in the Army. The first one was the Guantanamo, is it, where Cuba and the United States were going to get into fisticuffs or whatever they call it. You remember?
A Bay of Pigs?
Bay of Pigs, yeah, that happened. So they got us all lined up and we were taking hot weather shots, So we go down and we get infected with a mosquito.
Because you might be invading Cuba.
Yeah, right. So we got all dressed up. And that quelled down a little, and business as usual. And then the Berlin Wall came out. Then we're getting cold weather shots and cold weather gear and everything.
Yeah.
And then a little bit after that, Vietnam. That's when I got scared shitless. I said, I'm not going to Vietnam, man. But luckily, I was a short timer. I didn't have any more time left. I think I had like 4 months, 5 months left. And believe me, at that time, I had it with the service. The service, at that time, there were a bunch of idiots running it. Mm-hmm. These lifers, they call lifers. You know what's wrong with the Army? Well, maybe it's changed a lot now, but at that time, I mean, if you took anybody's IQ, you'd find out their IQ was probably mud,
Yeah.
Because, I mean, these people, like, people-to-people interest, they don't even know how to guide people. So do as I say, don't do as I do,
Yeah.
Because they don't know shit. And then the problem with the people that are the officers, they're all on their ego trip.
Yeah.
We had one guy from West Point. He had a little, what do you call it, a golf ball. I have the ball. It behooves you and every one of you. All that crap,
That's funny.